Thank you for being on time. And all the participants, those who are going to take part in today's program, all the best. Before we begin our program, I would like to request Elder Salil Lepchan, sir, to render a special number for us.
Thank you, sir. Right now, sir?
Yes.
Okay. सबैलाई प्रभु येशू ख्रीष्टको नाममा जय मसीह। सबै यहाँ भएका कन्टेस्टेन्टहरू जति पनि छन् उहाँलाई सबैले परमेश्वरले आशिष दिनुभएको होस् र कार्यक्रम चलाउनेदेखि लिएर जति पनि वक्ताहरू छन् सबैको साथमा प्रभु तपाईले आशिषले भरिपूर्ण पारिदिनुहोस्। त्यसै गरी म यो भजन तपाईहरुको माझ प्रस्तुत गर्न गइरहेछु। पवित्र नाम पवित्र नाम पवित्र नाम हामी पुकार्छौं येशू पवित्र नाम पवित्र नाम पवित्र नाम आउँदछु तपाईको शरणमा बिसाउँछु हृदयका बोझ बिराम आउँदछु तपाईको शरणमा बिसाउँछु हृदयका बोझ बिराम खोज्दछु तपाईँमा आशा भरोसा हामी उचाल्छौं येशू तपाईको नाम तपाईको नाम तपाईको नाम हामी उचाल्छौं येशू तपाईको नाम तपाईको नाम तपाईको नाम आमेन
Salil sir for special number. At this time, I'd like to request Umesh Bhai or Umesh Yaman Bhai to offer opening prayer. Okay, Umesh, are you there?
Thank you so much, sir. सम्पूर्ण परमेश्वरको जनलाई जय मसीह अनि गुड इभिनिङ। आउनुस् आजका हाम्रो सेवा कार्य सुचारू गर्ने क्रममा हामी सबैजना आँखा बन्द गर्नेछौँ र परमेश्वरलाई हामी पुकार गर्नेछौँ। आउनुस् म प्रार्थनामा अगुवाई गर्नेछु। एकमात्र महादयालु परमेश्वर बुवा, हामी तपाईको चरणमा आउँदछौँ परमेश्वर। यो जीवनको आशिष तपाईले हामी माथि खनाइदिनु भएको लागि बुवा हामी धेरै भन्दा धेरै कृतज्ञता परमेश्वर ज्ञापन गर्दछौँ परमेश्वर। आजको दिनसम्म हामी सबैलाई तपाईले सुरक्षित राखिदिनु भएको छ। हामीले गर्ने सम्पूर्ण कामकाजमा, हाम्रो यात्रामा, हाम्रो व्यवहारमा, हाम्रो पढाइ लेखाइमा सबै कुरामा सहायता र मद्दत गरिदिनु भएको लागि बुवा तपाईलाई धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु। विशेष त परमेश्वर जुन हिमालयन सेक्सन अफ सेभेन्थ डे एडभेन्टिस्ट मण्डलीद्वारा जुन विक अफ हार्मोनी जुन कार्यक्रमहरू जुन कन्टेस्टहरू आयोजना भइरहेको छ परमेश्वर, पहिलो दिन धेरै राम्रो कार्यक्रम भयो र दोस्रो दिनमा जसरी हामी प्रवेश गरेका छौँ परमेश्वर, र जतिजना हाम्रो पार्टिसिपेन्टहरू हुनुहुन्छ, जवान भाइ बहिनीहरू हुनुहुन्छ परमेश्वर, तपाईँको महिमाको खातिर जसरी उहाँहरू आफै सबैजनाले यो कन्टेस्टको लागि तयार भएर आउनुभएको छ सबैमा परमेश्वर तपाईको पवित्र आत्मा वर्षाइदिनु भएको होस्। सबैजनालाई परमेश्वर सही मन मस्तिष्क दिनुभएको छ बुवा, र जे कुराहरू उहाँले तयार गर्नुभएको छ बुवा सबै कुराहरू उहाँले स्मरण गरिकन परमेश्वर जे बोल्नु पर्ने हो परमेश्वर, जे कुरा उहाँहरूले बाँड्नु पर्ने, जे कुरा उहाँले प्रस्तुत गर्नुपर्ने हो परमेश्वर त्यो गर्न सक्नु भएको छ। र सबैजनाले परमेश्वर प्रत्यक्ष अप्रत्यक्ष रूपमा तपाईँको राज्य विस्तारको खातिर परमेश्वर आफ्नो समय, आफ्नो शक्ति, आफ्नो ऊर्जा उहाँहरूले खर्चिन सक्नु भएको छ। बिन्ती प्रार्थना गर्न चाहन्छु। विशेष त आजको सम्पूर्ण पार्टिसिपेन्टलाई तपाईँको हातमा राख्न चाहन्छु। जतिजना हाम्रो जजेसको प्यानलहरू हुनुहुन्छ परमेश्वर, हाम्रो होस्टहरू हुनुहुन्छ, हाम्रो अर्गनाइजर हुनुहुन्छ, सम्पूर्ण पार्टिसिपेन्ट, त्यसै गरी सम्पूर्ण मण्डली परिवारलाई तपाईँले आशिषले भरिपूर्ण पारिदिनु भएको बुवा भन्दै यो बाँकी रहेको समय, यो सभा तपाईँको हातमा अर्पण गर्दै बिन्ती प्रार्थना गर्दछु प्रभु श्री ख्रीष्टको मिठो पवित्र नाममा, आमेन।
Thank you, Umesh Bhai, for offering opening prayer. Before I give this time to our host, Vinod, I'd like to see all of our judges, including our Chief Judge. Samuel Shah, sir, is there? Is Samuel, Elder Samuel Shah is there? Samuel,
yes, sir, I'm there. Good evening, sir, I'm there.
Okay, then I have seen all of our judges, including our Chief Judge. Okay, I give this time to Vinod, our host.
Sabailah Jai Masih. Hello everyone and good evening to all of our contestants and all of our judges panel and all of the other members who are present here today. अनि सबैलाई म एकचोटी फेरि पनि बेस्ट अफ लक भन्न चाहन्छु जो पनि आजको प्रोग्राममा भाग लिनु हुनुहुन्छ। And I would like to thank Himalayan section once again for having this wonderful opportunity for our youths that they are able to participate in this beautiful contest and they can show their talents and everything. And yeah, yesterday we finished the part of primary level and middle school level. And today we're entering high school level. So all the contestants from high school level, you know who, I'll take all the names from high school level. Please make sure that you are there. Christina Adhikari, Nirjala Baidya, Srishti Jirel, Rayal Baral, Febi Rai, Sara Rai, Eunice Rai, जो नेपालीमा बोल्ने छ उसले, एलिसा मगर, टेरिसा मगर, ललिता श्रेष्ठ नेपालीमा बोल्ने छ, रजनी तोलाङ्गे, सन्ध्या तोलाङ्गे, सरी रजनीको साटो हाम्रो सारा तोलाङ्गे भन्ने थियो, सारा रोक्का, अनि सन्ध्या तोलाङ्गे, अनि सरिता कोइराला, अनि आशिष राई. All of these contestants, please be ready for high school level. You know your topic. It's you've got 7 minutes. तपाईहरुसँग 7 मिनेट हुनेछ. Your topic would be, why is it important to develop the power of making right choice? है किन चाहिँ तपाईले चाहिँ सही निर्णय गर्ने बानीको विकास गर्नु चाहिँ महत्त्वपूर्ण छ भन्ने तपाईहरुको विषय छ. Why is it important to develop the power of making right choice? So this is we're going to start our speech contest. I would like to once again I would like to welcome all of our judges panel, Elder William, Brother Pickle, and we have our Samuel sir and Miss Chandra. So our chief judge, if you want to say any word before we start for our contestant, all the things that any indications, special indications and everything, if you have to say anything, it's your time, sir.
Well, okay, I can quickly say I appreciate the opportunity to help in this. And I do remember back when I was in 5th standard, I was in a temperance contest. And so I was nervous and I prepared a lot. And I actually did well in it. So with the Lord blessed on that one. So again, I will maybe just one more time tell you what we're looking for. There's a total of 100 marks and 20 are for, let's find it here then. Get to the right sheet. Okay. 10 marks are for the introduction. 20 marks are for content. 10 marks are for diction. You know, how are you pronouncing, how are you giving your words? 10 marks are for approach. 20 marks are for delivery skills. And then 20 marks for appeal, and then just overall response, 10 marks. So that's what we're looking for. And so we're happy to hear what you have to say and how you've prepared. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, our Sir William. So I would like to get the verbal confirmation from all of our judges if they're ready. I can see that Elder William is already ready. So I'll go on with Brother Pickle. Brother Timothy. Okay, thank you. And we have Miss Chandra.
Yes, I'm also ready.
Okay, thank you. And Sir Samuel, sir, are you ready for all the?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So I have all the confirmation from all of our judges. And before we begin with the high school, we have a small miscommunication yesterday. A small miscommunication with one of our contestants yesterday, which was from middle school. She told me yesterday, she called me, and today morning she was also calling and said that she was supposed to be in middle school. She prepared for middle school, but our name list, we had her on high school. So with all the permission of judges, I would like to present Jyoti Pokhrel, that she had already prepared yesterday for middle school, but today I'm putting her in the first place, and she'll be speaking about the middle school topic, about how can rest help us to be efficient. She'll be speaking on that topic. Please consider that. She'll be speaking for 6 minutes, and then we'll move with our high school contestants. So Jyoti Pokhrel, she'll be speaking. If you are there, Okay, I'd like to give time to Jyoti Pokhrel. So Jyoti, if you are here, it's your
Yes.
time. Okay, and please turn on your camera as well. Yeah, okay. So you'll be starting in 3, 2, 1.
Honorable judges, respected pastor, and my dear friends, my name is Jyoti from Banepa, and today I am going to give a short speech on the topic of how can rest help us to be efficient. Rest is any behavior aimed at increasing physical and mental well-being. We all living beings need to take rest after doing any kinds of activities, and we cannot work for a whole time without taking rest. We need energy to do any kinds of work, and when we do any work, the energy of our body start to decrease, and we need rest to recover our body. As human, our flesh get tired and crave rest. We are simply not designed to move and work without resting. Rest is essential for everyone. Rest helps us to be more energetic. It is like a fuel to our body that provides energy. When Jesus walked this earth as a human, even he needed rest. He understands what our bodies go through every day. He knows that we are not able to consistently be active. Lack of rest can affect our health. It can cause heart problem, obesity, mental problem, and stroke. Attaining the proper balance of rest, work, relaxations, and sleep will help you to be more productive and retain more information. Rest is a great tool to manage your stress maintain stronger mental health. Uh, Here, we all participants are also still growing, and we need proper rest to stay healthy and grow properly. We have to sleep at least for 6 to 7 hours in a day, especially those people who do hard activities like lifting heavy objects, climbing the hills with heavy objects, need more rest to recover their body. Um, Rest helps us to reduce our stress and anxiety. It helps to improve our mood. It helps to get relief from our chronic pain. It helps to make our cardiovascular system stronger. It helps to improve our immune health. Nowadays, most of the people are too busy. They are busy doing late nights work. They are not getting proper rest. They even do not have time to spend time with their family. Taking rest from our work is also important for our relationship. If you are consistently missing your meal, bedtimes with your family, kids activities, quiet time with God, church, and time in your hobbies, time with your friends, you are too busy. uh, but each of these activities are important. If you cannot invest sometimes for in this area, you cannot expect anything positive from them. So rest is important for our physical, mental, and social well-being. Rest is not just important for us but also for God. When God created this world, he also take rest. He ordained rest and created Sabbath. In Genesis 2, God rested and created Sabbath, and he also commanded us to do no work and keep the Sabbath holy. Um, by the seventh day, he had finished all the work that he had been doing, so on the seventh day he rested from his all work of creation that he had done. So at the end, I want to say that everyone should get proper rest in order to be efficient. Thank you.
Thank you, Jyoti, for your speech. It was for middle school.
Okay. One question for you. Was she listed as number 2 on the high school? That Jyoti?
Yes.
She was number 2. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So, okay. Now we're gonna move forward with our high school level contestant, and our first contestant is Christina Adhikari. Christina Adhikari from Banepa should be speaking about the development of power of making right choices. She will have 7 minutes to speak. So Christina Adhikari, if you are here, it's your time. And after that, Nirzala Baidya, please be ready. And I can see some of the names that I can see that some of the people that they were mentioning that they don't have their name included in my list. If you have given your name on the Himalayan section list, please send me the list again. I will be updating my list here also. Okay, thank you. So Christina, you here?
Yes.
Okay, so it's your time in 3, 2, 1.
Honorable judges, respected pastors, elders, teachers, parents, and my beloved friends. Today I'm here to speak about why is it important to develop the power of making right choices. God gave man the power of choice because God wanted us humans to be able to make choices by ourselves, whether it is right or wrong. In the Garden of Eden, Eve thought that eating the fruit was her right choice, but unfortunately, that was her wrong choice. Therefore, it is very important to develop the power of making right choices because it matters life, death, and heaven or hell. Today, we as a student, we spend most of our time at school where every day we come to a point where we have to make choices. We all have the stories to tell of our right choices or wrong choices we made during our time at school. We as a student, we learn the value of making right choices at school. Sometimes we make mistakes in choosing, and in every choice we make has a consequence because God has made it very clear in the book of Galatians chapter 6 verse 7. Galatians chapter 6 verse 7, what you sow, you reap. The choices we make will certainly bring about great impact in our life. Therefore, it is very important to develop the power of making right choices, which enables us to stand for the right. An American psychologist, Barry Scott, says, learning to choose well in a world of unlimited possibilities is harder still, perhaps too hard. But the Bible says in the book of James chapter 1 verse 5, James chapter 1 verse 5, if you lack wisdom, ask God. So in order to develop the power of making right choices, we have to ask God for His wisdom. We have to read the Holy Scripture, Bible, the Spirit of prophecy, and the church. By making right choices, we honor God, and to be obedient to God is a right choice. And making a choice to obey God strengthens our relationship with Him and helps us to grow as a follower of Jesus. We also discover how doing what God loves makes life better. Making right choices leads us to be successful, and it helps us to identify who we are to ourselves and to other people. In the long run, the choices that we constantly make shapes who we are becoming. If we constantly choose to follow Christ, we will eventually grow to be more like Him. One of the greatest benefits of having the developed power of making right choices is that if we don't like the place we are in right now, we can change it. Whatever we choose to do will surely have an impact on us, and we will face the consequences. The consequences may not be always immediate, but sooner or later it will definitely come in our way. At last, I appeal to all that developing the power of making right choices brings about good results either in this physical world or in spiritual realms. It is important to know that our decisions should always please God. If you are already making wise and godly choices, do not grow weary. Blessings will happen in time. Let us keep on showing the good things of God. Thank you.
Thank you, Christina, for your wonderful speech. So we'll move out for our next contestant, Nirzala Baidya. After that, please be ready, Srishti Jirel. Srishti Jirel, be ready. Now, Nirzala Baidya, if you are here, it's your time.
Honorable judges, respected chief guests, all the leaders and pastors present in the program, church members, and my friends. I am Nirzala Baidya from Banepa Seventh-day Adventist Church, and today I am going to discuss about the importance to develop the power of making right choice. We all make choices about various things in our daily lives, for the most trivial things to the most professional things. Not a day goes by when we do not make a choice. From what to wear, what to eat, and which road to choose to go home is the choice we make in day-to-day life. Making effective and sound choices is an art that is learned through life experiences. What we must notice is that a choice is made after rationally considering the pros and cons of all the alternatives. Have you ever considered that the choices we are making now is critical to success and to achieve the best? When I am making a decision, determine how your choice will impact your life as well as the lives of others and respond accordingly. As we grow older, the choices become more complex and ramifications of our choices are more significant. We are humans, we are not perfect, we are bound to make mistakes from time to time. Making a bad decision from time to time is inevitable. It is what we do about most of the mistakes that teach us the most. The only way we can really know whether we have made a good choice or bad choice is by making these choices, taking responsibilities of these results, and taking steps to correct any poor choices we have made. First, determine how important the choice is and what impact it has on your life. If you are considering a career change, not only is the choice going to affect your livelihood, it may also have a huge impact on your family and ability to provide for them. Success or failure in our life, be it the person, professional or social, are the results of the things or actions we have done depending on our choices. Our life and our destiny are totally connected with our choices. Our life is never balanced. It is a conscious decision to change our priorities every day. In Bible itself, we have seen many life changed because of the choices people made. Let's talk about Adam and Eve. If they were living in the Garden of Eden, they were blessed with everything. God told them not to eat of fruit, and it was their choice to obey or disobey God. But they chose to disobey God and ate the fruit, which caused them to leave the Garden of Eden forever, which was a bad choice indeed. Let's also talk about Job. He was tempted by God. His wife asked him to curse God and die after losing his kids and all the riches he possessed. But Job was loyal to God. He received much more blessings and much more riches than he ever got. It improved his life. Our one choice can improve our life or also ruin it. To make our life happy or sad, our choice is fully responsible. It is really important to make our choices for life. Thank you.
Thank you, Nirzala, for your speech. Now let's move with our next contestant. It's number 4, Srishti Jirel. Srishti Jirel, number 4, please be ready. And after that, if you are there, Rayal Boral, be ready. And after that, Febi Rai, Rayal Boral and Febi Rai, please be ready. Now it's your turn, Srishti Jirel. In 3, 2, 1.
Respected judges, co-judges, teachers and pastors and all the participants here. I am Srishti Zirel in front of you to deliver a speech on the topic of importance of making right choices in life. We all make different choices in life, some good, some bad, some small and some big. And every choices we make are going to determine how we are going to live our life. Making right choices in life is meant by choosing among the best options available in order to achieve a certain target or the objective you are looking for. It is really important for us to make right choices in life. Everything we do in life are the choices we have made. Doing something or doing nothing are also the choice we have made in life, and we should make choice wisely, thinking about it. Suppose you have the choice of reading nicely now or neglecting your study, and if you choose to neglect your study, then in the future you're gonna have to face its consequences. Then you're gonna have to face its consequences, bad consequences, because of the bad choices you have made in the past.
But if you have chosen to like read in the past, then you would have like gotten a better future in better future. So it is really important to like make right choices so that our future will be also bright. Every choices we make are going to have some sort of consequences. Sometimes we are not only going to be the one who are going to face the consequences of the choices we make. Sometimes the people around us and our family might also face the consequences of the choices we make. Like suppose you are doing a job and your family is fully dependent on you and suddenly decide to leave the job without even considering the consequences of it, then then you become broke and you do not have money to buy food, and along with you your family will also suffer with you and they will also be hungry with you. So it is really important to like analyze the consequences, whether it will have a negative impact of it on your family or not. And before making any decisions you have to like just analyze it and think about it so that you can make a right decision. And while making any decision we have to follow God's path. We have to make sure that we are following God's commandments in it. God has given us like told us to follow different rules, and he has given us different commandments to follow. He has given us this freedom of choice and we should use this freedom of choice wisely. And in the Bible, in Romans chapter 2 from verse 6 to 8, it has been written there that he will judge everyone according to what they have done. He will give eternal life to those who keep on doing good, seeking after the glory and honor and immortality that God offers. But he will pour his anger and wrath on those who live for themselves, who refuse to obey the truth and instead live the life of evil and wickedness. Here it has been told that God will, every choice we make are gonna have consequences. Like if we follow the path of God, then he's gonna give us blessings and he's gonna give us an eternal life. But if we refuse to follow his path and follow the path of evil and wickedness, then he's gonna give us punishment. He's gonna pour his anger on us. So after knowing which choice is good for us, then we have to make the right choice which will benefit us, which is good for us. Even after knowing which choice is good, if we choose to make the wrong choice, then it will be very unwise of us. So most of us participants here have today decided to like chosen to participate in this contest. And if we do not have if we do not have chosen to participate in this contest, we might have been sitting in our home watching television or playing games in laptop, and it might not have been a good choice which you have made. But as like most of the participants here, like everyone here in the participants have like chosen to take part in this contest. They have taken this can be an example of right choice, because like from this choice we get to learn like about different things. We get to learn about like information on different topics. We get to get self-confidence by telling speech in front of many people. We get to know about like different people. So this can be used as a good example of making right choice. So like this choice, we have to make further good choices in our future, which is gonna benefit us, which will have good advantages, which will have good advantages. And many people tend to make like very decision in a hurry, without even realizing its consequences. And when they face the consequences in the future, they tend to have its regret. And after the regrets, like having regrets afterwards, won't change the choice you have made in the past. So it is really necessary to take right decision in right time, analyzing its consequences. And we have to learn from those past bad choices which we have made and further make good choices in our life, which are going to impact our life nicely. And before I conclude my speech, I want to tell everyone that let us all make right choices in our life and learn from those wrong choices which we have made. And instead of regretting those wrong choices which we have made in life, let us learn from them and follow the path of God, follow the glory of God in every choice we make. And hereby now I end my speech, and thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, Srishti, for your speech. Now it's the turn of Rayal Boral. Rayal? If you are here, it's Rael Boral. I don't see Rael Boral. Rael, if you are here, if it's your turn. If not, then we'll move forward with Fabi Rai. Fabi Rai, or if there's Rael Boral, please let me know. Okay, there's no Rael Boral. We have Fabi Rai. So Fabi Rai, it's your time in 3, 2, 1.
Hi everyone, it's me Phoebe Khaling Rai from Udaipur Gaigat. Honorable judges, respected pastors, and all the participants, those who are joining us here on the Zoom. First of all, I would like to thanks to our Heavenly Father for this wonderful and precious time. At the same time, I would like to thanks to the organizer who has given me this opportunity to express my song views in front of you all. I'm really glad and feeling blessed to be here with you all. So today I'm going to deliver my speech on a very fascinating topic. And here is the question like this. Why is it important to develop the power of making right choices? And this is the today's topic. Okay. Choice making is the judgment of the process by which one can choose between a number of alternative courses of action for the purpose of achieving goals. Making choices and decisions is a part of our life. And making right choices is better to living a productive and successful life. All of us are confronted with various decisions to make on a daily basis. Some are small and of minor consequence, while others are huge and can potentially change our lives. Some are small and obvious choices, while others are more difficult. The most important things to remember while making any choices or decision is that whether it is good or bad, because there is always a reaction or the consequences. A consequence is the result of a course of an action. It is believed that whenever we do something good, there is a positive reaction and as well as negative reaction when we do it badly. Sometimes the consequences we must face because of our wrong choices not only affect us, but others around us as well. Making choices can affect everything and anyone in our life, whether it's dealing with our family or just everyday situation. Everyone in life is faced with good and bad choices. Either it can bring good outcome on our life or it can make a turn for the worst. Those who make the right choices, they can relax knowing that they have not done anything wrong. Future prospects are much brighter for those who have chosen well, including better career option and overall life satisfaction. In our life, because of making wrong choices, that lead to repercussion, which can land anyone in very bad and difficult situation. No one is expected to get things right all the time, like we often don't. But having some idea of what to do will help to make our huge and big choices or decisions easier. Good choice making is one of the most important life skills to learn. We are human. We are not perfect and are bound to make mistakes. Making bad choices from time to time is inevitable, and it is what we do and about those mistakes that teach us the most. The only way we can really know that whether we have made a right choice or a wrong choice is by making the choices, taking responsibility for the results, and taking steps to correct any poor choices we have made. Actually, successful people achieve their goals in life and work through effective and efficient choice making. The choice-making process is usually guided by an individual beliefs, attitudes, values, and as well as concepts. While a person can use various concepts in making choices, they should be very careful to select a concept that is effective and contribute to huge success. Making right choices is really important to direct ourselves on a right path. Our life depends on our choices. So we must choose very carefully on our life. If we make the right choices, it leads to success, fulfillment, and happiness. And the wrong choices lead to misery, failure, and gloom. In our life, some of the choices will be reversible and some will not be reversible. And it is not only the choices that we make, but also the commitment to the choices that enables us to make our life either more degraded or holy, sublime, noble, and happier. We make choices based upon what we are possessing through our five senses, which are the events and circumstances of life. Then we choose our reaction to these events and circumstances of life. These choices become the part of our actual biology and we live into this biology, much in the same way. Proverbs 23:7 notes, as a man thinks in his heart, so easy. It's our choices that make something out of nothing.
It's our choices that make powerless lie into our physical reality. This is the incredible power of God has given us to be able to think, choose, and create reality. No wonder she tells us to choose life. We have choices about everything in our life, little ones and big ones alike. We choose where we live and what kind of home we live in. We choose to work, go to school, or even just live off of others. We also make choices about our attitudes and opinion of others. There are so many choices we don't even stop to think about, and we just go through our day-to-day routines and continuing to make most of the same choices. Most of the choices we make are influenced by those around us, what we see and hear in the society, and what affecting our daily living. As a Christian, some of the choices I make are as a result of the Christian values that are attached in my life. While I'm not about going to try to tell everyone the choices they should make, I do believe that making well educated. It may not be possible for us to make right choices all the time. So, if we make a mistake or a wrong choice, make sure to learn from it and take measures to not repeat it again. We have to be very vigilant while making any choices or decision because the future of our nation depends on it. So, my dear friends and all the respective people, those who are hearing me right now, I want to say this. It is really, really important for us to develop the power of making right choices, because our future, career, and our living standard, and the development of our society, community, and the development of our nation depends on it. Thank you so much, all of you, for your concentration towards me till now, and I'm going to stop my speech here. Thank you.
Thank you, Phoebe Rai. Now it's the turn of Sarah Rai. And then after we have Eunice Rai. Eunice Rai Nepalima भन्दैछ. So Sarah Rai, if you are there, it's your turn.
Thank you, brother. Good evening, everyone. Honorable judges, respected pastor, and all the participants, those who are joining here in the Zoom. It's me, Sarah Khalingrai from Udaipur Gaigat. First of all, I would like to thank to the God for this precious time which He has given us. And at the same time, I would like to thank to the organizer team who has given me such a golden opportunity to express my own views in front of you all. And today I'm going to deliver my short speech on the topic of why it is important to develop the power of making right choices. Making right choices is the art of choosing one among the best options that available to reach your destination of the target you choose. Most of the decision makers today always consider the destination, neglecting the way they reach the destination or target that has to be accomplished. Hence, a perfect choices maker always consider the quality of destination he is reaching and the path that is chosen to reach that destination. We are social beings. We live in a society. So we have a very big responsibility towards society. We have to make very big decisions and choices. It has to be in interest of everyone. So we have to make the right choices for the benefit of everyone. Of course, it is related to your well-being. Life through enough problem in everyone's life, and it's stupid to create it for yourself. By taking wrong decision in your life, you will be creating trouble for yourself, which most probably you don't want. So yes, you must take choices that serve you for the better and good right decision for you. However, when it comes to taking the right choices or decision for others, things are a little bit different. One should take his decision by himself or herself, because he or she is the only one who is most aware of his or her life and situation. But it's not always has to happen, because kids below the age of 8 can't take their life-changing decision on their own. It's their parents' responsibility to take right decision for them and to teach them to do so in future for themselves. A grown individual must take his own decision. Of course, he can ask for varied perspective from others, but one must not rely on others for the final decision. So, my dear friend, I would like to request all of you to be careful whenever you take small or big decision or choices. Now I'm going to stop my tours. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah, for your speech. Now it's the turn of Eunice Rai. Eunice Rai, timi nanu यहाँ छौ भने Eunice Rai को पालो छ है. Eunice Rai from Dhamauti. After that, it's Elisa.
धन्यवाद अङ्कल यस समय दिनुभएकोमा र मेरो नाम चाहिँ युनिस राई हो सम्पूर्णलाई जयमसिंह म चाहिँ उदयपुर दमौटी भन्ने ठाउँबाट बोलिरहेको छु र आज म विशेष गरी म परमेश्वरलाई धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु किनकि हामीलाई फेरि पनि यस समय र अवसर हामीलाई परमेश्वरले दिनुभएको छ र यहाँ जति जनाले यो आयोजन गर्नुभएको छ यो आयोजक टिमलाई पनि धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद दिन्छु र विशेष गरी यहाँ निर्णय गर्न बस्नुभएका निर्णायक मण्डलज्यू तथा मेरा प्यारा प्यारा साथीहरू मित्रहरूलाई पनि धन्यवाद र आज हुन गइरहेको यो कार्यक्रममा कतिजनाले इङ्ग्लिसबाट भन्नुभयो मलाई धेरै खुसी लाग्यो किनकि उहाँहरूले अति नै राम्रो भन्नुभएको छ र आज म तपाईँहरूको माझमा नेपालीबाट नि भन्न गइरहेको छु किनकि मलाई इङ्ग्लिस त्यति धेरै आउँदैन किनकि म यही गाउँको दमौटीमा सरकारी स्कुलमा पढ्दछु त्यसैले गर्दाखेरि मलाई त्यति धेरै आउँदैन र यो अलिक विकट ठाउँ नै परेको हुनाले गर्दाखेरि म चाहिँ आज त्यस्तो इङ्ग्लिसबाट भन्नु पाएन तर पनि आज म नेपालीबाट भन्न पाउँदाखेरि अति नै खुसी छु कि अनि त्यसपछि आज हाम्रो विषय रहेको छ आजको विषय हामीले हाम्रो जीवनमा किन सही निर्णय लिन आवश्यकता छ त वास्तवमा भन्नुपर्दा हामीले जीवनमा कति निर्णय लिएका हुन्छौँ त कति धेरै गलत हामीले सही निर्णय गलत निर्णयलाई त्यागेर हामी सही निर्णयमा लिन अति नै आवश्यकता मान्दछु म किनकि हरेक मान्छे सफलतामा पुग्छ नि त्यो के कारणले गर्दाखेरि उनीहरूले सही निर्णय नै लिएका छन् त्यसैले गर्दाखेरि उनीहरू असल व्यक्ति बन्न पुगेका छन् र अहिलेको समयमा हेर्ने हो भने हामी गल्ती गर्छौँ नि अनि हामीले मैले यस्तो गरेँ उस्तो गरेँ ला भनेर हुन्छ नि हामी अफसोस चाहिँ नगर्नु हामी सुरुमै हामीले सोच विचार गरेर अगाडि बढौँ के होइन बोल्नु पायो भन्दैमा प्याच्छ नबोल्नु बस्नु पायो भनेर थ्याच्छ नबस्नु भन्छ हामी सोच्ने बेला पनि राम्ररी सोच्नु पर्दछ अनि हामीले सही निर्णय लिएर अगाडि बढ्नु पर्दछ र विशेष गरेर भन्दछु कि यो संसारमा कति धेरै पाप छ यो पनि गलत निर्णयले गर्दाखेरि हो हामी उत्पत्ति 3 अध्याय पाउँछौँ नि मानिसको परीक्षा र पतन त्यसमा पनि आदम र हव्वाले पाप गरेका थिए परमेश्वरले भनेको मानेका थिएनन् उनीहरूले गलत निर्णय लिएका थिए जुन परमेश्वरले नखानु भनेको फल थियो उनीहरूले त्यो खाएको थियो किनकि उनीहरूको दिमागमा गलत निर्णय थियो के अनि त्यसपछि त्यसै गरी त्यो सर्पले पनि खाऊ यो खाऊ भनेर भनेको थियो नि हामीलाई पनि समाजमा त्यसरी नै कति धेरै उयो हुन्छ नि समस्याहरू हामी पनि त्यसलाई सुल्झाउँदै अगाडि बढ्नु पर्दछ र विशेष गरी त्यो उनीहरूले पाप गरेका थिए र विशेष गरी हामी आज म भन्दछु कि आज विज्ञान प्रविधि सामाजिक सञ्जालको युग हो मानिसहरूले यसलाई कति दुरुपयोग गरिरहेका छन् कतिपय मानिसहरूले त्यो गलत बाटोतिर गइरहेका छन् यो इन्टरनेट मार्फतहरू विभिन्न किसिमका गलत निर्णय गरिरहेका छन् उनीहरूले सही निर्णय थाहा पाए गलतमा पुगेका छन् तर हामी यो इन्टरनेटको धेरै सुविधा छ नि हामीलाई यो शिक्षा मिल्न सक्छ धेरै शिक्षाहरू मिल्न सक्छौँ तर पनि मान्छेहरू कति यसमा फसेर विभिन्न किसिमका दुर्घटनाहरू हामी समाचारहरू सुन्ने गर्छौँ कसैको मृत्यु भयो बलात्कृत भयो के यति विभिन्न किसिमका समाचारहरू सुन्न सक्छौँ हामीले गेमले गर्दा पनि एकजना मान्छेले आफ्नो आमालाई मारेको थियो उसले दुरुपयोग गरे नि हामीले सदुपयोग पनि राम्रो गर्नु पर्दछ कि हामी हाम्रो समाजमा रहेर पनि विशेष गरी हाम्रो समाजमा पनि साथीभाइहरू म जस्तै हामी जस्तै टिनेज भएको उमेरमा त झन् हामीले के सही लिनुपर्छ के गलत लिनुपर्छ भनेर हामीले सोचेर लिनु पर्दछ र विशेष गरी साथीभाइ रमाइलोतिर जाउँ साथीहरू भन्दछ नि उनीहरूले साथीहरूले तर हामी साथीहरूलाई टाइम नदिई परमेश्वरलाई दिउँ कि हामीले प्रत्येक कुराको समय छ भनेर परमेश्वरले भन्नुभएको छ नि जसरी प्रत्येक कुराको समय छ हामी साथीहरूलाई समय दिने होइन तर परमेश्वरलाई समय दिनुपर्छ साथीहरूलाई पनि दिनुपर्छ तर सर्वप्रथम हामी परमेश्वरलाई नै समय दिनुपर्दछ र आजको हाम्रो यो प्रविधिले गर्दाखेरि हामीलाई धेरै सुधार होस् र हामी एर्मिया 33:3ले के भन्दछ भने मलाई पुकार र म तँलाई जवाब दिनेछु तैँले नजानेको गहिरा र गुप्त कुरा म तँलाई बताउनेछु हामीलाई भन्नुभएको छ यसको मतलब कि मलाई सुन मलाई पुकार भनेर परमेश्वरले भन्नुभएको छ र हामी पहिले सुरुमा हामी के डिसिजन लिन्छौँ त्यो परमेश्वरलाई सोध्नुपर्छ सर्वप्रथम हामीले परमेश्वरलाई सोधेर हामी अगाडि बढ्नुपर्छ अनि मात्र हामी सफलतामा पुग्न सक्दछौँ र समाजमा पनि हामी अगाडि बढ्न सक्दछौँ प्रत्येक कुराको समय छ उपदेशक 3 अध्यायले भने जस्तै हामी समय अनुसार चल्नु पर्दछ समयमै के गर्यो भने भविष्यमा हामी केही बन्न सक्दछौँ असल हुन सक्दछौँ र प्यारा मित्रहरूलाई म आज के भन्न चाहन्छु भने आदरणीयज्यूहरूलाई किनकि हामी परमेश्वरलाई सर्वप्रथम राखौँ र हामी जुनसुकै योजना होस् चाहे ठुलो होस् या सानो होस् त्यो परमेश्वरलाई हामीले सम्झेर अगाडि बढौँ हामी हरेक योजनाहरू हाम्रो सानो योजना होस् या ठुलो योजना होस् परमेश्वरलाई सम्झेर हामी अगाडि बढौँ हामी प्रार्थनाद्वारा हामी परमेश्वरलाई सम्झिन्छौँ हामी मत्ती 7:7 हेर्ने भयो भने पनि परमेश्वरले माग तिमीहरूलाई दिनेछ भन्नुभएको छ हामी माग्छौँ हामी के गर्ने परमेश्वर हामी के गर्ने कसो गर्ने हामी परमेश्वरलाई सुरुमा सोध्नुपर्छ अनि मात्र हामी सही निर्णय गर्न सक्छौँ हामीलाई परमेश्वरले सक्षम बनाउन सक्नुहुन्छ भन्दै मेरा छोटो भनाइहरू यही राख्न चाहन्छु हस्त धन्यवाद
धन्यवाद छ हाम्रो युनिस राई मानुलाई बहिनीलाई र अब हामी अर्को नेक्स्ट कन्टेस्टेन्ट एलिसा राई अनि त्यसपछि टेरिसा मगर प्लिज बी रेडी अब चाहिँ पालो छ एलिसा मगर फ्रम नरेटार एलिसा मगर इफ यु आर देयर इट्स योर टर्न हजुर के भयो रिभर भएको छ अर्को मोबाइल साइडमा छ भने त्यो अफ गरेर बोल्नु नि
She is from Nepal, I think.
एलिसा नेपाल डारबाट हो एलिसा
So Teresa Magar, number 11 Teresa Magar, if you are here, it's your turn. Elisa Magar छैन भनेपछि
Elisa Magar, yes, I'm here.
Okay, sorry. Okay, Elisa Magar from Nepal. So it's your turn in 3, 2, 1.
Hello and good evening to everyone. First of all, I'd like to thank God for keeping us safe during this pandemic. And I will also like to welcome our honorable judges and respected chief pastor and my friends. By the way, it's me, Elisha Magar from Nepal Church, Udaipur. Today, I am here to share my tiny views in front of you all. And now I am going to speak about why it is important to develop the power of making right choices. We all make choices about various things in our lives like rice or chutney, tea or coffee, etc. If we see in Bible in Genesis chapter 3, Adam and Eve had also choice not to eat the fruit of knowledge of good and evil. By taking the wrong choices, they had to suffer punishment given by God. So by this we know that it is very important to take right choices. Every person has different ideas about what is important and what makes them feel best. Making your own choices about the thing you do is very important because it gives your life meaning. Making choices about what is important helps you to be more independent and in charge of your life. Having the experience of making poor decisions and having to deal with the outcome of this decision will serve as a tool to help you make decisions in future. The key of making better decisions is to educate yourself. Undoubtedly, most of us have heard the phrase, knowledge is power. If you educate yourself and make an effort to learn as much as you can, you will find the power within yourself. Whenever you see a successful business, someone once had made a courageous choice or decision. For example, the manager, along with his team, first recognized the problem or issue on which decision has to be made. Good choices can only benefit people and organizations and never be detrimental to them. If we see, we can have many advantages of making right choices. And some of the advantages of making right choices are it gives more information, increase people participation, provide more alternatives, improve the degree of commitment, more idea is generated, and last one is coordination. So it is very important to develop the power of making right choices. Decision involves making a choice among alternatives which meets the best requirement and objectives of the organization. Decision making is the core of the process of planning. In conclusion, I would like to say that it is very important to develop the power of making right choices because our life is a result of choices we make. Thank you.
Thank you, Elisa. Now it's the turn of Teresa Magar. Teresa Magar, and after that, please be ready, Lolita Shrestha from Bairani. Teresa Magar, if you are there, from narrator, Nepaltar, please be ready. It's your turn, Teresa Magar.
Teresa Magarले हिजै मिडिल स्कुलमा दिइसकेको
ए उले दिइसक्यो कि ओके सरी त्यसो भए let's move on with Lalita Shrestha. Lalita Shrestha from Bairani. If you are there, उ नानुले नेपालीमा बोल्छ भनेर भन्दैछ. Lalita Shrestha.
भाइ
हजुर
उहाँले भाग लिनु भएन.
ए उहाँले भाग लिनु भएन ल ठिकै छ. म त्यसपछि नम्बर 13 मा हाम्रो रजनी तोलाङ्गे छ. In number 13 we have Rajani Tolange, but it's a mistake. The name is typed mistakenly. It must be Sara Roca from Kaping. Sara Roca, she told me that they are having network problems, so she wants to do at last. So I would like to move on with number 14. Number 14, Sandhya Tolange. And number 13, Sara Roca will be doing at last because she was telling me that she's having some network problem over there.
No,
ready, sir? Ready, sir. Sara Roca, number 13. It's not Rajani Tolange. All the judges, please make correction. Number 13 is Sara Roca, not Rajani Tolange. Please consider that. It's number 13. So Sara Roca, if you can please turn on your video. And if you can turn on your video, now it's your turn in 3, 2, 1.
उपस्थित हुनुभएको सम्पूर्णलाई दैमस्यः म सारा रोका आज तपाईहरुको माझमा असल निर्णय लिन सक्ने शक्तिको विकास गर्नु किन महत्त्वपूर्ण हुन्छ भन्ने विषयमा आफ्नो भनाइ प्रस्तुत गर्न गइरहेको छु। भनिन्छ प्रत्येक दिनको सुरुवातसँगै जीवनले नयाँ अवसर र मौकाहरू लिएर आएको हुन्छ र हामीले पाएको त्यो अवसर र मौकाहरूको नतिजा तब आउँछ जब हामीले त्यसमा सही निर्णय लिन्छौं। प्रत्येक सानो कुरा होस् या ठूलो कुरा होस्, हामीले हरेक कुरामा अगाडि बढ्नको लागि सही निर्णय लिनु अति नै आवश्यक छ। किनभने हामीले हाम्रो जीवनलाई कुन दिशामा लैजाने हो त्यो हाम्रो निर्णय लिन सक्ने क्षमतामा भर पर्ने गर्दछ। कहिलेकाहीँ हामीले लिएको सानो गलत निर्णयको कारणले हाम्रो जीवन तसनस गरिदिन्छ, जसले गर्दा हामीले आफूले गरेको निर्णयबाट कामबाट जीवनभर पछुताउनु पर्नेसम्म अवस्था सिर्जना हुन सक्छ। यसकारण कुनै पनि निर्णय गर्दा असल निर्णय लिनु अति नै आवश्यक छ। निर्णय लिनु हाम्रो जीवनको पाठ हो। प्रत्येक मिनेट हामीले हाम्रो दिमागमा केही न केही कुरा सोचिरहेका हुन्छौं अथवा हामीले केही न केही कुराको निर्णय लिइरहेका हुन्छौं। कहिलेकाहीँ हामीले के सही के गलत भनेर छुट्याउन सक्दैनौं। हामीलाई के चाहिएको वा के नचाहिएको भनेर सम्म ठम्याउन सक्दैनौं। यस्तो अवस्थामा हामीले लिएको निर्णयबाट हामीलाई असर गर्न सक्छ। यसकारण हामीले कुनै पनि कुराको सुरुवात गर्नुभन्दा अगाडि हामीले आफैलाई सही निर्णय लिन सक्ने योग्यको बनाउनु पर्दछ। हामीले जीवनमा असल कुराको निर्णय लिन सक्ने क्षमतालाई बढायो भने मात्र हामीले सही तरिकाले हाम्रो जीवनमा अघि बढ्न सक्छौं। जस्तै एउटा सानो बिरुवालाई बढ्नको लागि, हुर्कनको लागि, हराभरा बन्नको लागि, असल फल फलाउनको लागि मलजलको आवश्यकता पर्छ। त्यस्तै हामीलाई पनि हाम्रो जीवनलाई सफलताको शिखरमा पुर्याउनको लागि र हामीले सोचेको सपनालाई साकार बनाएर सुन्दर बनाउनको लागि असल निर्णयको आवश्यकता पर्छ। कहिलेकाहीँ हामीले सोचेको कुरा नभन्दा अथवा केही सानो कुरा असफल हुँदाखेरि हामीले हाम्रो जीवन केही होइन रहेछ भनेर हरेस खाएर गलत निर्णय लिन गइरहेका हुन्छौँ। यस्तो अवस्थामा हामी नराम्रो कुलतमा फस्ने गर्दछौँ। संसारभरि नै विभिन्न किसिमका नराम्रा घटना घटिरहेका छौँ र नेपालमा पनि जस्तै आत्महत्या गर्ने जस्ता मान्छेहरूको संख्या बढी निर्णय लिन सक्ने
सारा बहिनीको नेटवर्क अघि नै प्रब्लम छ भन्दै हुनुहुन्थ्यो, अहिले फेरि काटेको जस्तो छ। So if given chance, we'll do that for last again. We'll give her again the chance because of network problem. We'll move forward with number 14, Sandhya Tolange. Sandhya Tolange, okay. If you're there, it's your turn in, just give me a second, in 3, 2, 1.
Thank you so much for giving me this wonderful time. Namaste and very warm evening, all of you. Honorable President of 78th Adventist, Pastor Umesh Pokhrel, respected Chief Guest, Pastor Hidayat Masiha, Dr. Edison Samrat, guest, gratefulness as well as lots of applause for all of our respected judges, pastors, elders, parents, juniors, and all of my friends who are participating in the Week of Harmony. Today, I'm Sandhya Tolange from Kaping 7J Adventist Church, found very lucky to participate in this Zoom program. I would like to thank Himalaya section for organizing this program. I would like to begin on the topic, importance to develop the power of making right choices.
Sagar, Samir.
Mic mute, sir.
Sorry. Thank you so much for this wonderful time. Namaste and very warm evening, all of you. Honorable President of 7th-day Adventist, Pastor Umesh Pokhrel, respected Chief Guest, Pastor Hidayat Masiha, Dr. Edison Samrat, guest, gratefulness as well as lots of our applauses for all our respected judges, pastors, elders, parents, juniors, and all of my friends who are participating in this Week of Harmony. Today, it's me Sandhya Tolange from Kaping 7th-day Adventist, found very lucky to participate in this Zoom program. I would like to thank Himalaya section for organizing this kind of programs. I would like to start my speech on the topic, importance to develop power of making right choices. First of all, life is a matter of choices, and every choices you make makes your life. It may take many people to realize that the decisions they make today could possibly affect the outcome tomorrow and even in our future life. When we are children, our parents are responsible for proper guiding, and they are suspected to teach us right from wrong. Life is full of sober content. Mourning suggests that there is often doubt in life, but you have to stand up and attack what is attacking on you. In the same way, George Eliot also said that the strongest principle of growth lies in human choice. Each person has different ideas about what is important and what makes them feel best. Making right choices about the things you do is very important because it gives your life meaning. Right choices help the organization to face and tackle the everyday problems and challenges. The bunch of things that should be considered for making right choices are: ask the advice from your elder, ask yourself what you really want, question your motive, brainstorm the possible solution. Furthermore, making right choices plays a vital role in the student's life. It diverts the students from falling into the trap and saves their career. Even not one day goes by where we do not have to make a right choices. Some choices are completely innate and require very little thought. We all know that youth mostly take wrong choices, including running with wrong crowd, engage in risky behaviors, and generate distress, shame in society. Once, question yourself why teenagers are often labeled as risk takers and bad decision maker. Brain studies shows that the frontal lobe of the brain is responsible for making choices which does not finish developing until our early 20s. There are numerous importance by choosing the right choices. Firstly, it solves the problems and complication. It executes managerial function. It significantly plays important role in the life of students, teachers, adults, humans, all of them. etc. For instance, it decides what to do, what to wear, what to eat in lunch, etc. Happiness is not by chance, but by choice. Even God's will is not automatic. He allows us to make choice. We can also take an example of Abraham and Hebrew from Bible, chapter Genesis. To boil all the ideas in a single pot, choice is the greatest power in the universe and it's all yours. So choice correct and don't regret tomorrow. Thank you all of you.
Thank you, Sandhya, for your speech. Now we're gonna move with Sarita Koirala. After that, please be ready, Ashika Rai, and then Ayush Rai. Please be ready. So right now it's Sarita Koirala from Thumpakar. So if you're there, Sarita Koirala. It's your turn.
मेरो नाम सरिता कोइराला म सिन्धुपाल्चोक थुम्पाकर एडभेन्टिस्ट चर्चबाट र मलाई यो समय दिनुभएकोमा उत्कृष्टज्यूलाई धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु साथै यस कार्यक्रम स्थापना गर्नुहुने सरहरूलाई पनि धेरै धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु सही इच्छा शक्ति विकासको महत्त्वको बारेमा बोल्न पाउँदा चाहिँ म एकदमै धेरै खुसी छु साच्चै नै सही इच्छा शक्ति विकासको महत्त्व चाहिँ हाम्रो जीवनमा एकदमै धेरै आवश्यक छ सही इच्छाले हाम्रो जीवनमा निकै नै फाइदा ल्याउँछ हामीले हाम्रो जीवनमा सही इच्छा लियौं भने हामी राम्रो बाटोमा हिँड्न सक्छौं राम्रो बानी व्यवहारको विकास गर्न सक्छौं सही इच्छाले हाम्रो दैनिक जीवनमा धेरै नै असल कामहरू सिकाउँछ यदि हामीले राम्रोसँग पढ्न लेख्न सिक्यौं नराम्रो बाटो नराम्रो साथी संगी नगर्यौं भने हामी भविष्यमा असल व्यक्ति हुन सक्छौं हामीले हाम्रो जीवनमा आफ्नो इच्छा नभई आफ्नो खुसी आफ्नो मर्जी नभई आफू भन्दा ठुलाले भनेको मान्ने आफ्नो आमा बुबाको आज्ञा पालना गर्ने यस्तो गर्यो भने चाहिँ त्यही नै हाम्रो लागि सबैभन्दा सही इच्छा हुनेछ हामी विद्यालय जान्छौं हामीलाई शिक्षकहरूले चाहिँ पढ्न लेख्न सिकाउनुहुन्छ राम्रो बानी व्यवहार सिकाउनुहुन्छ अनुशासनमा बस्न सिकाउनुहुन्छ पुस्तकीय ज्ञानहरू सिकाउनुहुन्छ ज्ञान बुद्धि विवेकले हामीलाई चाहिँ भरपूर्ण पार्नुहुन्छ तर हामीले चाहिँ यी सब कुराहरूलाई लत्याएर आफ्नो खुसी गरेर नमानेर भनेको नमानेर यस्तो गर्यो भने चाहिँ हामी चाहिँ जिन्दगीमा कहिले पनि सफल हुन सक्दैनौं जिन्दगीमा कहिले पनि राम्रो कुराहरूको ज्ञान प्राप्त गर्न सक्दैनौं हामी चाहिँ जहिले पनि नराम्रो संगत गरेर नराम्रो कुराहरू सिक्यौं भने हामी चाहिँ त्यस्तैमा फस्न जानेछौं जब हामीले ठुलाको आज्ञा पालना गर्दछौं राम्रो कुराहरू सिक्न खोज्दछौं तब मात्र हामी असल व्यक्ति हुनेछौं तब मात्र हामीले सबैबाट सम्मान पाउँछौं माया पाउनेछौं सही इच्छा लिनु भनेको नै सर्वप्रथम चाहिँ हामीले आफ्नो आमा बुबाको निर्णयलाई स्वीकार्नु आमा बुबाले सधैँ हाम्रो भलो चाहनुहुन्छ असल कुराहरू सिकाउनुहुन्छ हामीलाई कहिले पनि राम्रो बाटोमा डोर्याउनुहुन्न जब हामीले आमा बुबाले धेरै माया गर्नुहुन्छ तर हामीले आफ्नो आमा बुबाको मायालाई त्याएर नराम्रो बाटोमा नराम्रो साथी संगी गरेर हिँड्यो भने चाहिँ हामीलाई चाहिँ धेरै दुःख हुनेछ धेरै नराम्रो हुनेछ तब हामीले चाहिँ आफ्नो आमा बुबाको कुराहरूलाई नमान्यो भने चाहिँ हामीलाई कहिले पनि राम्रो कुराहरूको विकास चाहिँ हामीलाई प्राप्त हुन सक्दैन जब हामीले चाहिँ सही तरिकाले आफ्नो बानी व्यवहार सुधार्छौं तब मात्र हामी असल रूपमा जिउन सक्छौं हामीलाई सम्पूर्ण थोकले भरिपूर्ण हुनेछ राम्रो संगत गर्यो भने राम्रो सोच गर्यो भने चाहिँ राम्रो हुनेछ यदि नराम्रो सोच संगत गर्यो भने नराम्रो हुनेछ हामीले जे गर्दा पनि जे कुरा गर्दाखेरि पनि सही तरिकाले सोचबुझ गरेर मात्रै त्यो कुराहरूको निर्णय लिनु पर्दछ सही इच्छा लिनु नै हाम्रो लागि चाहिँ ठूलो कुरा हो गलत निर्णय लिने मान्छेको जीवन कहिले पनि राम्रो हुँदैन सधैँ दुःख कष्ट भोग्नु पर्दछ अनि सधैँ गरेको काम कुराहरूले पछुतो गर्नेछ। गलत निर्णय लिने मान्छेले कहिले पनि सफलता हासिल गर्न सक्दैन। गलत निर्णयले मान्छेलाई खराब बनाउँछ। यसकारण सही निर्णय वा इच्छा शक्तिले व्यक्तिको सफलतामा एकदमै सहयोग पुर्याएको हुन्छ। सही निर्णय लिनु नै हाम्रो लागि चाहिँ अति नै महत्त्वपूर्ण हो। सही निर्णय चाहिँ हामीलाई चाहिँ ठुलो मान्छे बनाउन सक्छ, कसैले हेप्न सक्दैन। यति गलत निर्णय लिने मानिसले जे पनि गर्न सक्छ। गलत निर्णय लियो भने मान्छेको दिमाग होसमा हुँदैन, राम्रोसँग उसको दिमागहरू वृद्धि हुँदैन, उसलाई राम्रोसँग होस हुँदैन। गलत निर्णय लिने मानिसले कहिले पनि जीवनमा सफलता पाउन सक्दैन। यदि हामीले सोच विचार गरेर राम्रो कुराहरू सिक्यौँ भने चाहिँ भविष्यमा गएर चाहिँ हामीलाई सबैले माया गर्ने, सबैले सम्मान गर्ने, सबैको भरिपूर्ण भएको मानिस हुनेछ। त्यसैले हामीले जीवनमा जहिले पनि सोच विचार गरेर सही इच्छा नै लिनुपर्नेछ। हुन्छ, धन्यवाद।
थ्याङ्क यू नानुलाई उसको स्पिचको लागि। थ्याङ्क यू सरिता कोइराला। नाउ विल मुभ विथ आवर नेक्स्ट कन्टेस्टेन्ट। हाम्रो नेक्स्ट कन्टेस्टेन्टले पनि नेपालीमै बोल्नेछ, आशिका राई फ्रम उदयपुर। अनि त्यसपछि आयुष राई, प्लिज बी रेडी। एन्ड देन आफ्टर आशिका राई, ल तिमी यहाँ छौ भने तिम्रो पालो छ है।
सबैजनालाई यसको नाममा जय मसिह। म चाहिँ नागले चौधबाट आशिका राई। सभाध्यक्ष महोदयज्यू, प्रमुख अतिथिज्यू, निर्णायक मण्डल उद्घोषकज्यू, साथै देश विदेशबाट हेरिरहनु भएका सम्पूर्ण पास्टर एल्डरहरू, साथै मेरा प्रतियोगी तथा अन्य श्रोताहरू, आज यस हुन गइरहेको वक्तृत्व कला प्रतियोगितामा भाग लिने अवसर पाएकोमा आयोजकप्रति हार्दिक आभार व्यक्त गर्दछु। आज चाहिँ म मानिसले सही निर्णय लिन किन आवश्यक छ भन्ने विषयमा चाहिँ एउटा आफ्नो सानो छोटो भनाइराख्न गइरहेको छु। मानिस सामाजिक प्राणी हो, त्यसैले ऊ समाजमा बस्छ। समाजमा बसिसकेपछि उसले समाज अनुरूप चल्नु पर्दछ। समाज अनुरूप चल्न सकेन भने ऊ समाजमा बस्नुको अर्थै रहँदैन। व्यक्ति समाजको सानो तर महत्त्वपूर्ण एकाइ हो। व्यक्ति रहे समाज रहन्छ, समाज रहे व्यक्ति। त्यसैले व्यक्ति र समाज एकअर्काका परिपूरक हुन्छन्। व्यक्तिले गर्ने एउटा सानो निर्णयले पनि समाजमा प्रभाव पारिरहेको हुन्छ। व्यक्तिले समाजप्रति हेर्ने सानो दृष्टिकोणले पनि समाजमा सकारात्मक वा नकारात्मक रूपमा प्रभाव पारिरहेको हुन्छ। त्यसैले मानिसले सही समयमा सही निर्णय लिन आवश्यकता छ। समाज अनुरूप चल्नुपर्छ भनेको समाजले पछ्याएका सबै रीतिथिति, धर्म, संस्कृति, आस्था, विश्वास, विचार, अवधारणा सबै पछ्याउनुपर्छ भनेको होइन। सबै मानिसको आफ्नै विचार, अवधारणा, आस्था, विश्वास रहेको हुन्छ। आफ्नो विचार अवधारणालाई चाहिँ समाजमा सही रूपमा प्रस्फुटन गर्दै अरूको विचार अवधारणाको पनि सम्मान गर्नु चाहिँ समाजमा बसिसकेपछि गर्नुपर्ने एउटा असल निर्णय हो। सभाध्यक्ष महोदयज्यू, सामान्य रूपमा भन्नुपर्दा निर्णय चाहिँ जुनसुकै बेला आफसे प्रयोगमा आइ नै रहेको हुन्छ। त्यो काम चाहे त्यो ठुलो होस् चाहे सानो नै किन नहोस्, सबै काम सम्पन्न गर्नका लागि निर्णयको नै आवश्यकता पर्दछ। जुन निर्णय हाम्रो मस्तिष्क दिमागबाट आउँदछ, कुनै पनि काम प्रभावकारी गुणस्तरीय ढङ्गले सुसम्पन्न गर्नका लागि पनि एउटा सही अग्रिम निर्णयको आवश्यकता पर्दछ। कुनै पनि विकास निर्माणका कार्यहरू पनि प्रभावकारी उद्देश्यमूलक ढङ्गले सम्पन्न गर्नका लागि पनि एउटा अग्रिम निर्णयको आवश्यकता पर्दछ, जसलाई योजना तर्जुमा पनि भनिन्छ। प्रभावकारी योजना तर्जुमा गर्नु चाहिँ विकासको पहिलो शर्त हो। साथै प्रभावकारी योजना निर्माण गर्नु विकासका आधा कार्य सम्पन्न गर्नु हो। सही निर्णयले काममा आइपर्ने सम्भावित जोखिमहरूबाट मानिसलाई बचाउँदछ। वास्तवमा निर्णयले मानिसको जीवनलाई सही वा खराब दुवै बाटोतिर डोर्याउँदछ। समय अनुरूप सही निर्णय गर्न सकेमा मात्र मानिसको जीवन उज्जवल बन्न सक्छ, मानिसको जीवन गुणस्तरीय बन्न सक्छ। त्यसैले हामीले समय अनुरूप सही निर्णय लिन आवश्यक छ। सही निर्णयले नै मानिसको हरेक जीवनमा कुनै कामहरूमा आइपर्ने सम्भावित जोखिमहरूबाट पनि बचाउँदछ। मानिसको एउटा सानो निर्णयले पनि उसको जीवनभर उथल पुथलको अवस्था सिर्जना हुन सक्छ। साथै मानिसको एकछिनको गलत निर्णयले गर्दा उसले जीवनभर पछुताउँदै बस्नुपर्ने अवस्था आउँछ। यो सबै उसले सही निर्णय नगर्नाले गर्दा हो। सही निर्णयले नै मानिसको जीवनको हरेक यात्राहरूमा मार्ग निर्देश गर्दछ। सही निर्णयले नै मानिसको जीवनमा आइपर्ने हरेक समस्याहरूको सही समाधान गर्न सिकाउँदछ। वास्तवमा निर्णय एउटा यस्तो खजना हो जसको चाहिँ सही रूपमा प्रयोग गर्ने एउटा असल मानिसको गुण पनि हो। साथै सही निर्णय एउटा यस्तो ढाल हो जसको प्रयोग सही रूपमा गर्न सक्यो भने त्यसले जतिसुकै शत्रुको खतरनाक बाण पनि रोक्न सक्दछ। आज सही निर्णय नगर्नाले मानिसले भोग्नु परेको समस्या हाम्रै वरिपरि थुप्रै उदाहरण बनेका छन्, जस्तै सानैमा विवाह गरी पछि पछुताउनु। यो सबै उनीहरूको एकछिनको गलत निर्णयले गर्दा हो। त्यसैले निर्णय गर्ने बेला चाहिँ एउटा धैर्यको पनि आवश्यकता पर्दछ। धैर्यसहितको निर्णयले मात्र मानिसले अधिकतम सन्तुष्टि प्राप्त गर्दछ। र सबातोचे महोदयज्यू, निर्णय आफैमा सही वा खराब भन्ने चाहिँ हुँदैन। निर्णय सही वा खराब के हो भन्ने कुरा उसले त्यस निर्णयले ल्याउने प्रतिफलको आधारमा भर पर्छ। त्यस निर्णयको प्रतिफल असल भयो भने निर्णय पनि असल, र त्यस निर्णयको प्रतिफल खराब भयो भने निर्णय पनि असल भन्ने बुझिन्छ। सभाध्यक्ष महोदयज्यू, वास्तवमा मानिसले निर्णय गर्दा चाहिँ आइपर्ने सम्भावित जोखिमहरूको बारेमा पहिले नै विचार गर्न आवश्यक छ र त्यसका आधारमा निर्णय गर्न आवश्यक छ। साथै मेरो यो निर्णयले मेरो काम राम्रोसँग सम्पन्न हुन्छ कि हुँदैन, अझ कस्ता कुरालाई आधार मानेर मैले निर्णय गर्दा चाहिँ मेरो काम अझ राम्रोसँग गुणस्तरीय ढङ्गले सम्पन्न हुन सक्छ। साथै मेरो निर्णयले अरूलाई कस्तो प्रभाव पार्छ त भन्ने विषयमा पनि हामीले सोचेर निर्णय गर्दा अझ सही निर्णय आउन सक्छ। सही निर्णय पछिको प्रतिफलले मात्रै मानिसलाई अधिकतम सन्तुष्टि प्राप्त गर्छ। अत जुन आफूले गर्ने निर्णय हुन्छ त्यस निर्णयले अरूलाई गलत प्रभाव नपारोस् भन्ने हेतुले हामीले निर्णय गर्न जरुरी छ। निर्णय एउटा गम्भीर विषय पनि हो, जुन हाम्रो निर्णय चाहिँ अरूको भावनासँग पनि जोडेको हुन्छ। त्यसैले हामीले निर्णय गर्दा अरूलाई नकारात्मक प्रभाव नपारोस् भन्ने हेतुले हामीले निर्णय गर्न जरुरी छ। यस्तो निर्णयले मात्र मानिसको जीवन गुणस्तरीय बन्न सक्छ। साथै यस्तो निर्णयले मात्र मानिसको जीवनमा आइपर्ने हरेक समस्याहरूलाई सही सहज रूपमा हामीले समाधान गर्न सक्छौँ। मानिसले पछुताउनु पर्दैन। यति भन्दै त्यसैले मानिसले सही निर्णय लिन आवश्यक छ भन्दै मेरो 2 शब्द यहीँ राख्न चाहन्छु।
Thank you, Asika Rai. Asika Rai, that was number 16, Asika Rai. Maybe in your list of judges, it might be Asis Rai. Please modify the name. It must be Asika Rai. Now, our next and last contestant is Ayush Magar. It might not be in your list, but I just got the confirmation that we had misplaced that name. So Ayush Magar. Ayusha.
It's Ayusha.
Ayusha, sorry. Ayusha Magar. So number 17, it's Ayusha Magar. Please, all the judges, please include one more name on your list. That will be number 17, Ayusha Magar. So Ayusha Magar, please turn on your camera and it's your time. It will be your time.
Namaste and good evening, everyone. Respected pastors, elders, and honorable judges, guests, timekeeper, and organizer who provide us this opportunity to express our views on given topic, and my competitor friends who are here to compete with me. A warm greeting from Aisa Budamagar of Seventh-day Adventist Church of Kathagar. Today I'm here to present my views on the topic: why is it important to develop the power of making right choices? And it starts like this. Once born, we don't have choice, but we have to die. But in between our birth and death, which we call life, we have plenty of choices. We shapes our life, our fortune, and the way of living. Until and unless for certain situation, we have many alternatives to choose, which depends upon our knowledge, wisdom, nature, and requirements. While making choices, if we always remember God and follow His saying, we will always reach the right path. There is an American Indian analogy that helps us to understand our habits. It explains that within the heart of every person, there are 2 dogs, a bad dog and a good dog. The bad dog represents all the habits that we want to improve on, such as envy, angry, being greedy, and being arrogant. The good dog represents the positive habits of being generous, being compassionate, helping others, and being humble. These 2 dogs are constantly fighting with each other. Which dog will win? The answer is the one that we choose to feed. We feed the dog through the choices that we make. When we make right choices to express integrity, it nourishes the good dog and stops the bad dog. Sometimes that's easier said than done, because for some of us, the bad dog has become so strong and it's defending how drives our action. Meanwhile, the good dog we can undernourish is only in whimper in the corner of our consciousness. This is how our habits and addiction are developed. It is said that bad habits are like soft bed, easy to get into and hard to get out of. When we have chosen to feed the bad dog for many years, often the good dog doesn't even have the strength or a will to fight. Many of us may experience this in our lives, a habit we want to break, one we have tried for so long to overcome, but somehow we can't find the strength or will to conquer it, because but there is a resolution to this. We have to remember God and follow His saying, which will eventually start feeding the good dog. Start feeding the good dog. We have to start feeding the good dog and give him a courage and confidence to fight again. At each moment, life hands the choice to be cruel or kind, dishonest or truthful, greedy or giving, hopeless or hopeful, to be with enlightened people who lift our spirit, or to be with those who bring us down. And if we follow God's words, we know what to choose. If we make good decisions, we spend others as well as finding success. For example, working hard at school or work means good grades, a better future job, financial security, choosing to stay healthy, etc. Ultimately, making good choices good choices and decision leads to eternal life with God. If we make bad decisions, the Bible says that all injustice and evil thing will come to light. Ultimately, bad decision will lead to destruction. For example, smoking or drinking leads to severe side effects on the body. Not taking the time to learn while at school give you bad grades. If we survey the entire Bible at all the characters, each one faced an important decision in their life. They will either make the right choices and be rewarded, or make the wrong choices and eventually they will fall. For example, if when eating the fruit lead to the destruction of humanity, Noah choosing to follow God's instruction and saving the human race, the species that came back from discouraging Israel to cross into the land and ending up spending 40 more years in deserts. Moses choosing to follow God and lead Israel out of Egypt. David making a bad decision in pursuing Bathsheba, causing the death of her husband and first child they had together. Queen Esther in looking after her people. Mary deciding to listen to God while Martha continued worrying about other thing. And if Jesus had made bad decision, that mean we couldn't be saved from our sin. So at last I want to say, when we make bad decision, we sin and we end up hurting many people at once. But we can come to God at any time to ask for forgiveness so that we can repent. Truly following God means to act like Him, which ultimately leads us to eternal life. If I do something good, it spreads to other people as well as this is a kind of power we have. We must choose God first, then we will always choose right path. So if any one of you is lacking wisdom, keep on asking God, for He gives generously to all and without reproaching, and it will be given to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ayusa, for your speech. Now I would like to go back for number 13, Sarah Roca. As we know that she had some network problem and she couldn't finish her speech. She had to drop in the middle because of her network problem. I would like to give chance again to Sarah Roca. Sarah Roca, again तिम्रो network problem भएको भएर नानुको अलिकति बीचमै रोकेको थियो. म तिमीलाई फेरि एकचोटि सेकेन्ड चान्स दिन चाहन्छु पुरै बोल्नको लागि. It will be number 13, Sarah Roca. She was speaking in Nepali. I would like, we'll listen her again. Okay, Sarah Roca, it's your turn.
सम्पूर्णलाई जय मसीह। म सारा रोका आज तपाईहरुको माझमा असल निर्णय लिन सक्ने शक्तिको विकास गर्न किन महत्त्वपूर्ण हुन्छ भन्ने विषयमा आफ्नो भनाइ प्रस्तुत गर्न गइरहेको छु। भनिन्छ प्रत्येक दिनको सुरुवातसँगै जीवनले नयाँ अवसर र मौकाहरू लिएर आएको हुन्छ र हामीले पाएको अवसर र मौकाहरूको नतिजा तब आउँछ जब हामीले त्यसमा सही निर्णय लिन्छौं। प्रत्येक सानो कुरा होस् या ठूलो कुरा होस्, हरेक कुरामा अगाडि बढ्नको लागि हामीलाई सही निर्णय लिनु अति नै आवश्यक छ। किनभने हामीले हाम्रो जीवनलाई कुन दिशामा लैजाने हो त्यो हाम्रो निर्णय लिन सक्ने क्षमतामा भर पर्ने गर्दछ। कहिलेकाहीँ हामीले लिएको सानो गलत निर्णयको कारणले हाम्रो जीवन तहस-नहस गरिदिन्छ, जसले गर्दा हामीले आफूले गरेको निर्णयबाट कामबाट जीवनभर पछुताउने पर्ने सम्मको अवस्था सिर्जना हुन्छ। यसकारण हामीले कुनै पनि निर्णय गर्दा असल निर्णय लिनु अति नै आवश्यक छ। निर्णय लिनु हाम्रो जीवनको पाठ हो। प्रत्येक मिनेट हामीले हाम्रो दिमागमा केही न केही कुरा सोचिरहेका, केही न केही कुराको निर्णय लिइरहेका हुन्छौं। कहिलेकाहीँ हामीले के गलत के सही भनेर छुट्याउन सक्दैनौं। हामीलाई के चाहिएको वा के नचाहिएको भनेरसम्म हामी ठम्याउन सक्दैनौं। यस्तो अवस्थामा हामीले लिएको निर्णयले हामीलाई असर गर्न सक्छ। यसकारण हामीले कुनै पनि कुराको सुरुवात गर्नुभन्दा अगाडि हामीले आफैलाई सही निर्णय लिन सक्ने योग्य बनाउनु पर्छ। हामीले जीवनमा असल निर्णय लिन सक्ने क्षमतालाई बढायो भने मात्र हामी हाम्रो जीवनमा सही तरिकाले अगाडि बढ्न सक्छौं। जस्तै एउटा बिरुवालाई हुर्कन बढ्नको लागि मलको आवश्यकता पर्छ, पानीको आवश्यकता पर्छ। त्यस्तै हामीले हाम्रो जीवनलाई सकारात्मक हामीले हाम्रो जीवनलाई सफलताको शिखरमा पुर्याउन र हामीले देखेको सपनालाई साकार बनाएर सुन्दर बनाउनको लागि असल निर्णयको आवश्यकता पर्दछ। कहिलेकाहीँ हामीले सोचेको कुरा नभन्दा अथवा हामीले केही सानो कुरा नभन्दाखेरि हामीले हाम्रो जीवन केही होइन रहेछ भनेर हरेस खाएर गलत निर्णय लिन गइरहेका हुन्छौं, जसले गर्दा हामी नराम्रो कुलतमा फस्ने गर्दछौं। संसारभरि नै विभिन्न किसिमका नराम्रा घटनाहरू घटिरहेका छन् र नेपालमा पनि यस्ता घटनाहरू बढिरहेको छ। जस्तै लागु पदार्थको सेवन गर्ने, आत्महत्या गर्ने, चोरी डकैती गर्ने जस्ता मानिसहरूको संख्या बढिरहेको हामी पाउँछौं। यो सबै हामीले असल निर्णय लिन सक्ने क्षमताको विकास नगर्नुको परिणाम हो, अथवा हामीले हतारमा निर्णय लिने बानले गर्दाखेरि यस्तो अवस्था निम्त्याउने गर्दछ। बाइबलमा हेर्ने हो भने परमेश्वरले हामीलाई असल र खराब छुट्याउने शक्ति दिनु भएको छ। यसको मतलब हामीले असल र खराब निर्णयमा हाम्रो जीवनमा कुन निर्णय लिने हो त? यदि हामीले असल निर्णय लियौं भने हाम्रो जीवन धेरै असल र सुन्दर बन्न सक्छ। अहिले हामी बालबालिकाहरू अहिले सानैदेखि हामीले हाम्रो जीवनमा असल कुराको निर्णय लिन सक्ने शक्तिको विकास गर्यौं भने हाम्रो भविष्य उज्जवल बन्छ। संसारमा धेरै कुराहरू छन् जुन कुराले हामीलाई असल कुराबाट टाढा राखेको हुन्छ र जुन कुरा खराब छ हामी त्यही कुरामा लागिरहेका हुन्छौं। यदि हामीले सही निर्णय लिन सक्यौं भने हामी यो सबै समस्याहरूलाई समाधान गरेर हामीले हाम्रो जीवनमा असल निर्णय लिन सक्ने शक्तिलाई बढाउन सक्छौं। कतिपय समयमा हामीसँग धेरै कुराहरूको अप्सन हुन्छ र हामीले हाम्रो जीवनमा कुन कुराको चोइस गर्ने भनेर हामी दोधारमा परिरहेका हुन्छौं। तर यस्तो समयमा हामीसँग सही निर्णय लिन सक्यौं भने हामीले सही र गलत कुरालाई छुट्याएर हामीले हाम्रो जीवनमा असल निर्णय लिन सक्छौं। बाइबलमा हेर्ने हो भने लुका 15:11-32 हेर्ने हो भने एउटा छोराले आफ्नो बुबाको सबै धन सम्पत्तिहरू लिएर गएर सबै आफ्नो ऐसो आराममा आफूले मौज मस्तीमा उडाउँछ र उसले चाहिँ आफ्नो जीवनमा चाहिँ गलत निर्णय लिएर चाहिँ उसले चाहिँ के गर्छ उसले चाहिँ दुःख पाउँछ तर उसको बुबाले चाहिँ उसलाई माफ गरिदिनुहुन्छ तर हाम्रो जीवनमा यस्तो मौका नआउन सक्छ यसकारण हामीले कुनै कुराको सुरुवात गर्नुभन्दा अगाडि हामीले सानो कुरादेखि ठुलो कुरासम्मको जुन कुरा गर्छौँ हामी त्यो कुरा गर्नुभन्दा अगाडि हामीले सही निर्णय लिनु अति नै आवश्यक छ हामीले बाइबलमा हेर्ने हो भने असल सामरीको कथामा हेर्ने हो भने त्यहाँ एउटा मान्छेलाई सब कुटेर घायल बनाएर राख्छन् तर त्यस बाटोबाट हिँड्ने पुजारीले पनि उसलाई हेरेर नदेखेको जस्तो गरेर हिँड्छ र ऊ ती बाटोबाट हिँड्ने लेबीले पनि उसलाई नदेखेको जस्तो गरेर हिँड्छ तर त्यसमा त्यो देशको एउटा गरिब सामरीले चाहिँ उसलाई त्यो घाइते भएको मानिसलाई उसले आफ्नो मानवता देखाएर उसलाई चाहिँ बोकेर आफ्नो गधामा हालेर लिएर गएर उसले चाहिँ उसको चाहिँ उपचार गर्छ उसले चाहिँ आफ्नो मानवता देखाउँछ उसले चाहिँ आफ्नो जीवनमा चाहिँ उसले चाहिँ सही निर्णय लिन्छ त्यस्तै हामीले पनि हाम्रो जीवनमा सही निर्णय लिनुपर्छ हामीले असही निर्णय लियौँ भने हामी सकारात्मक सोचतर्फ जान सक्छौँ र हामीले राम्रा र नराम्रा कुरालाई मूल्याङ्कन गर्न सक्छौँ हामीले छुट्याउन सक्छौँ यसकारण हामीले हाम्रो जीवनमा असल निर्णय लिनु एकदमै आवश्यक छ हुन्छ धन्यवाद
थ्याङ्क यू सारा बहिनी है तिम्रो स्पिचको लागि for a wonderful speech. So I would like to give a last chance for all the participants who has not showed up today. That would be Rayal Baral, Teresa Magar, Lalita Shrestha, and see three names. There are three names: Rayal Baral, Elisa Magar, and Rayal Baral. Number 11, Teresa Magar. Number 12, Lalita Shrestha. In these three names, if you are here, if you want to present, this is your last chance if you want to present. So I see no response from anyone. So I don't see any response. So I would like to announce that this is the final of our middle high school speech competition. So thank you everyone. Thank you all the participants who took part for this high school speech competition. Now we're going to move on with our post-high school speech competition, for which we have 8 minutes time, and they will be speaking about how can we be environmentally responsible. अब चाहिँ हामी पोस्ट हाई स्कुल लेभलको लागि हामी अगाडि जाँदैछौँ जुन चाहिँ 8 मिनट हुनेछ जसको चाहिँ शीर्षक छ कि हामी चाहिँ कसरी वातावरणीय रूपमा हामी कसरी हामी त्यसमा रेस्पोन्सिबल हुन सक्छौं है त्यो एउटा टपिक छ सो anyone so I'll read out the name for post high school. That will be Liza Lama, Elina Bohora, and number 3 Elisa Bohora. She will not be presenting. I would like to tell that for judges. And number 4 Dipesh Rai, number 5 Asis Dhanwar, number 6 Rupak Rai, number 7 Ruben Rai, who will be presenting in Nepali, and number 8 Oshin Lamisane, number 9 Rachel Bania. So we have total 8 contestants, but 9 in sequence. So 8 contestants, they will be presenting on post high school. So we'll move on with that one because we didn't have a lot of time. So it's going to take a lot of, let me just reset again my time. It will be 8 minutes. So for our first contestant is Liza Lama from Banepa Church. So Liza Lama, I can see you. Please turn on your camera and it's your time.
Good evening, everyone. So firstly, I would like to thank our Heavenly Father and then
turn on your camera, please. I'm sorry. Please turn on. It's important to have your camera turned on. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. You can. Very good at the camera, Lisa. Liza Lama. ल हुन्छ लिजाले मलाई 25 सेकेन्डमा राख्नु भनेछ. We'll move forward with Elena Bohora, and then we'll return with Lisa because she's having a little bit trouble, I guess, there. So Elena Bohora, and then after again, we'll move on with Lisa. So Elena Bohora, if you are there, it's your time. You have 8 minutes.
Thank you for this time. Jai Masya and happy Sabbath. And hello everyone, it's me Elena Bohora. Honorable judges, respected pastors, and my beloved friend. First of all, I'd like to thank Pastor Miss Marco and section of legislators and chief guest and all officers for giving me this beautiful opportunity. I'm so glad to share my thought about how can we be environmentally responsible. Our environment consists of natural resources like soil, water, and air. Plants and animals are also the part of our environment. I would like to read Genesis verse 31 verse. God saw all that he had made and it was very good. In the beginning, God created everything perfect. After sin entered into the world, environment is affected knowingly or unknowingly. We are causing a damage to the environment. Time has come that we take necessary steps. That how can we be environmentally responsible? We need to find environment-friendly technologies in all aspects of our life. For example, instead of using vehicles which run on diesel or petrol, we can use vehicles running on electricity. Thus, we can avoid air pollution. Wastewater treatment plants should be brought in use so that wastewater can be used instead of letting it into sea or rivers. Everything present around us is our environment. It includes all living things and non-living things in our surrounding. The life of women is entirely depends on environment. We come up with 3 categories of environment: natural environment, built environment, which involving the act of vandalism and social activities, and social environment along with some suggestion on how we can improve the situation. We should respect the rational use of natural resources and taking steps to prevent pollution from the different processes involved in our industrial operation. We should promote the sustainable use of raw materials and natural resources. At last, I would like to tell that we need to stop soil, air, and water pollution so that our environment is stay clean and healthy. We need to plant more and more trees and stop cutting down the forest. We need to show respect towards the other creatures on earth created by God. I'd like to read Genesis verse 28 verse. God blessed them. God said to them, be fruitful, multiply, fill the earth, subdue it, have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the sky, and over every living thing that moves on earth. God give us everything to control, so we have to respect it, and we have to respect it environment which is created by God. Thank you very much for giving this time.
Thank you, Elena Bohora, for your speech. Now, I would like to go back to our first contestant, Lisa Lama. Lisa Lama, if you're ready, you have 8 minutes, so it's your time.
Good evening, everyone. Firstly, I would like to thank our Heavenly God, our honorable judges and priests and hostess who has organized this program for us and give us this golden opportunity to present our point of view towards in front of you all. I feel so nice and blessed to be here. So I have prepared some words related to that topic and I would love to share it with you all. So let's get into it. So as we all know that in the book of Genesis, verse 1, in the beginning, God has created heaven and the earth. We all live in earth and we We all had created our environment in the earth. We all live in our environment. So what is an environment? An environment is everything that is around us, which include both living and non-living things, such as soil, water, animal, and plants, which adapt themselves to their society. It is God gifted that helps in nourishing life on the earth. It plays a vital role in the existence of the planet Earth. The word environment is derived from the French word which is enviro, which means surrounding. An ecosystem refers to all the living and the non-living thing present in the environment, and it is the foundation of the biosphere which determines the health of the entire planet Earth. So now let's go with today's topic. How can we be environmentally friendly? So what does it exactly mean to be environmentally responsible? Being environmentally responsible simply means being thoughtful of our day-to-day activities in relation to the environment we live in. Being environmentally conscious is not only about plastic bag. It's about making everyday choice that will quite literally determine our success or failure as a species. We can be more conscious about reducing pollution, protecting wildlife, conserving natural resources, and take other action that can help slow the rate of climate change. Doing the right things for the future of life on Earth can even have immediate personal benefits. It can tap into your creativity, can get you more engaged, can make you more engaged in your community and the world, and may contribute to be a healthier lifestyle. We need to reduce the amount of trash we created and to reuse or repurpose consumer goods rather than throwing them away. The best method is the 3 with the capital R method. That is reuse, recycle, and reduce, recycle, and reuse. This is the best way to be environmentally friendly and reduce the pollution. Some of the points that we should do to be environmentally friendly, that I think we should do to be environmentally friendly are, first one is recycle. Of course, recycle plays a very vital role to make our environment healthy. Recycling conserves natural resources, reduce pollution, and saves energy. Recycling involves sorting and cleaning up trash to produce secondary materials, mainly glass, paper, metals, and plastic for reuse in products. Recycled aluminum, for example, it is a particularly of very valuable resources. According to the Aluminum Association, manufacturing using recycled aluminum is 92% more efficient than when unused raw materials are used. So second point is avoiding plastic bag. Of course, we all have used plastic bag. It is cheap and it is easy to use, but we all need to know, we all need to understand the impact that plastic bag is making towards our environment, because plastic bag pose ecological problems. They take hundred of years to decompose and pose a particular threat to the wildlife. Hundreds of thousands of marine mammals die every year after mistaking plastic bag, which is full of chemicals. Many animals get entangled in plastic bags and they suffocate, and lastly they give up their life and they died. Most of the country have already banned the plastic bag. So why not us? So why not we also try to avoid or ignore the plastic bag? Ignore or avoid the plastic bag, because every single creature, every insect, every plant is the part of God's world, and woe to those who disturb his world and praise to those who preserve his world. So next point is donate used goods. Donation is a particularly alternative to throwing away your used consumer goods in the trash. Give your used clothing, appliances, and furniture to a Goodwill, the Salvation Army, or a local church, computer to the schools or needy families, and building materials and tools to Habitat for Humanity. Of course, these are just a few suggested organizations, and any organization will do it. In addition to the environment benefits of giving these items, a second life, you are helping others and may be eligible for tax reduction. And you should know that helping others helps us to show the love towards God to the peoples. And it will also makes you and yourself happy too. So fourth point is switch off LED lights. Of course, LED lights uses 75% energy to deliver the same amount of light as incandescents, and LED bulbs last 25 times longer. LED holiday string lights are not only more energy efficient and much cheaper over time, they also produce less heat and therefore safer and more durable. It might listen funny, but it is the best way to be environmentally friendly. So start using LED lights. And fifth point is eat healthier. You will reduce your carbon footprint if you limit the amount of meat you consumed. Animal-derived food production has a much higher greenhouse gas output than grain and vegetables production, because the highly efficient transfer of plant energy to animals energy. I'm not telling that you need to be vegan or vegetarian to reduce your footprint. You just need to eat healthy and to be environmentally friendly. Because firstly, you need to understand your role that you are playing towards your environment. You should know that you are responsible for whatever happening in the environment. So eat healthy and make environment healthy too. And last but not the least, save water. Using less water saves energy and infrastructure cost. There are many benefits we can get by saving water. Saving water also means less water is lost to contamination, and it helps assure an adequate supply of clean water in the future. Shorter showers are also good for our health and also for environment. So now I would like to end my presentation by saying you a few words like, the earth is the Lord's and everything in it. The earth is the Lord and everything in it, the world and all who live in it. So start protecting our environment and start making our God happy and proud of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. You ended exactly at time also. Just 5 seconds more, you took it exactly at time. That was good. Impressive. So let's move on to our next contestant. That would be Deepesh Rai from Dhamauti. Deepesh Rai, and after that, please be ready, Asis Dhanwar. Now it's the turn of Deepesh Rai. If you are there, it's your turn. Deepesh.
Thank you all for this time. Respected judges, pastor, and all my dear friends. Today I am here to speak about how can we be environmentally responsible. So what does it actually mean to be environmentally responsible? Being environmentally friendly simply means being thoughtful of our day-to-day activities in relation to the environment we live in our from lifestyle, to driving to the workplace to how we spend our day at work. All this provide us with the opportunity to be responsible, eco-responsible. Everyone can make a difference, particularly with smart environmental choices become a habit, and perhaps even begin influencing others into taking similar action. Some of the points to make our life more environmentally friendly are recycling, convert natural resources, reduce pollution, save energy. And next point is by using product with less packaging, avoid disposable products, and lastly, don't invest in idle equipment, etc. Thank you.
Thank you, Deepesh Rai, for your speech from Dhamauti. Now we'll move on with our next contestant. That would be Asis Dhanwar. And then after, please be ready, Rupak Rai. And then Ruben Rai as well. So Asis Dhanwar, if you are there, it's your turn. Please be on.
Good evening to everyone. And I'm here to present a short speech about how can we be environmental responsible. environment consists of all living beings as well as their surrounding. A healthy environment is one that is sustainable for a long period of time. It is a source of life for everyone. It directs the life of everyone and determines the proper growth and development. A bad and good quality of our life is depending on the quality of our natural environment. Our needs for food, shelter, water, and other things are depends on the environment around us. So there must be a balanced natural cycles that exist between the environment and the lives of human beings, plants, and animals. Nowadays, many activities playing a vital role in degenerating the natural environment, which is affecting badly to the lives of this planet. All the human actions in this modern world affecting directly to the ecosystems, which are resulting in many environmental problems. There are many harmful effects of human activities in environment. Some of these are air pollution, overpopulation, waste disposal, greenhouse effect, global warming, etc. Due to all these human activities, our planet Earth has reached in unsustainable level. So therefore, it is our duty and responsibility to lower the loss. Every individual can play a significant role to solve it. So for like we should take a pledge to say no to plastic. Instead of it, we may make the use of eco-friendly substitutes like paper and cloth bags. Do not waste food. Save water. Invest in eco-friendly technologies. Also, everyone should do plantation of trees. Less use of private vehicles, which will reduces the emission of bad gases, and also will save the fuel resources. At the end, I want to say that we must do environmental awareness in our society as well as in our daily life. It is necessary to save and protect our environment. In my view, it is the responsibility of everyone to do our bit for the environment. So therefore, let us work together towards the greener and more sustainable future. Thank you.
Thank you, Asis, for your speech. Now we'll move on with Rupak Rai, and then Ruben, and then Oshin Lamisane. So Rupak Rai, if you are there, it's your turn. Rupak Rai.
भाइ रूपक राईले भाग लिएन भाइ.
हुन्छ, Rupak Rai, we heard that Rupak Rai is not presenting, so we'll move on with Ruben Rai. Ruben Rai, if you are there, it's your turn. Please come on. Number 7, Ruben Rai.
भाइ रुबेन राई पनि छैन. रुबेनको ठाउँमा आशिकालाई राखिएको छैन भाइ रुबेन राई पनि.
ए ल हुन्छ, त्यसमा we don't have Ruben Rai as well, so we'll move on with our last contestant. Because I heard that our another contestant is sick as well. So Oshin Lamisane. Oshin Lamisane, it's our last contestant. So Oshin, if you're there, it's your time.
Yes, I'm here. Good evening to all present here today. It's an absolute honor being here, and thank you for having me. I'm here for a reason, and without any further ado, let's get into it. I've been living in the house that I'm currently living in for more than 5 years now, and there has always been an avocado tree in front of my bedroom. I never thought much of it until recently. One day, as I was looking outside the window, I saw that avocado tree, and it was not just an avocado tree. It was a house to a few sparrows who love to sing early in the morning, and it's a blessing to wake up to. It's a house to few owls who screech at night and few crows who are absolutely annoying. It's a source of oxygen that I inhale, and it's a source of calming breeze which makes mornings chilly and evenings refreshing. It's a shade in a hot sunny day when the sun shines directly in my bedroom. It's so much more than just a tree. I'm just talking about one tree right now. And this one tree has a lot of properties. It's a shade, it's a source of oxygen, it's a source of calmness. But imagine how much of a blessing is a whole entire forest. The forest is home to a lot of trees and animals, birds, plants, shrubs, herbs, and countless other things. If that forest is a huge blessing to us, just imagine how much of a blessing is this whole entire environment. And no, I'm not including, and trees aren't the only environment we need to preserve. There are floras, faunas, mountains, rivers, lakes, and countless other things that are in our environment, which is our home. As it says in Psalms 24, 1-2, the earth is the Lord's and all that is in it, the world and those who live in it. So this world is a blessing from God to us, and we should do everything in our hand to make it a beautiful place. Human beings have been neglecting environment for quite a while now. People from the late 80s thought that global warming was a myth. But now, due to constantly neglecting the environment has degraded completely. Climate change has worsened so many aspects of the environment, like animals being endangered, icebergs melting, glaciers melting, and animals like leatherback sea turtle, koala, American pika have already been endangered. And there are a lot of animals who have gone even extinct due to drastic change in the environment. And animals like rhinos, orangutans, gorillas, banquitas, cheetahs are in the verge of extincting in the next 30 years. Scientists have said that by 2050, all these animals will be extinct. So if we want to save the animals and save these planets, then we better start today. We, as human beings, are responsible for this environment we live in, because as it says in Genesis 1:26, we have the dominion over all the things in this earth, which means that it is our responsibility to speak and raise our voices for the ones who don't have their own voice. We have a voice. We are the superior human beings. So we have a responsibility towards the environment and every creature who lives in the environment. So you may ask, is there anything that I can do to be more responsible towards the environment? And the answer is yes. You can totally do everything in your hand to preserve the environment. You as an individual, you as a family, you as a community, you as a society can do a lot of things that can help be more responsible towards the environment. So before I get into all those things, let me remind you of one thing. It's not necessary that you perform large awareness programs and organize campaigns towards environment to protect it. The little things matter as well. The things like energy conservation matters. A great example of energy conservation is electricity. We use electricity on a daily basis, either if it's to charge our devices or to watch TV or even to cook. But saving few minutes of electricity can lessen the demand of power plant. And when the power plants are lessened, then the toxic fumes which is released in the air is lessened, and therefore we have more fresh air. Eating less meat can directly affect in lowering the greenhouse effect. Don't waste food. Wasting food itself is not a good thing. But when we waste food, we waste the energy involved in making the food, like water, heat, gas, and other components which are related in making and producing the food. Try to cut out plastics. Plastic itself has been a huge curse to the environment for hundreds of years, and it will still be a curse in the next 100 years. So to prevent not using plastic, let's move on to more reusable sources like cloth bags. Even if you're going to the groceries to buy some vegetables, let's try it. Let's say no to plastic and bring our own bags to the store. By saying no to just one plastic one day, you will save 365 plastics in 1 year, which results in lessening the amount of new raw materials used and saves energy and reduces greenhouse gas emission. Don't drive if you can walk. By driving less and walking more, you can reduce pollution from motor vehicles, reduce emission, and protect the environment as well. And it also has a factor which improves our overall health. There are many other benefits to walking, including lowering blood pressure, reducing depression, and even preventing some cancers. Grow your own food. Growing your own food has a lot of benefits. Homegrown produces causes no increase in plastics waste other than other environmental benefits that come from tending your own vegetables garden, including reducing food waste. Plant some trees. Why should we wait for Earth Day, which is once a year, to plant trees? What is stopping us from planting trees every other month or every other week? Thrifting clothes. Thrifting clothes is also a very important factor when it comes to protecting being more responsible towards the environment. Did you know the production of cotton not only uses tons of water, but it's also highly pesticides intensive? This all might sound a little bit overwhelming right now, but it's not an overnight thing. You can't save the environment and be more responsible to it overnight. It takes a lot of effort and in every day of your life, in daily habits. Nature gives us so much. It has blessed us with a lot of things like water. But we as individuals, we haven't done much for the environment. We surely can step out of our comfort zone to improve and preserve our environment. If we are more irresponsible towards the environment will show their back to us by sending disasters like landslides, wildfires, drought, and so many other disasters which can be a threat to humankind. Our life depends upon the environment, and the environment depends upon us. So if we treat the environment well, the environment. And lastly, I want to end it with a quote. By Ellen G. White, the things of nature are the Lord's silent ministries given to us to teach us spiritual truths. They speak to us of the love of God and declare the wisdom of the great master artist. So you and I, we can get together and save the environment. Thank you.
Thank you, Ocean, for your wonderful speech. Our last contestant, Rachel Bania, I just got the message that she is sick, so she couldn't join. So this would be the end of our post-high school speech competition. I would like to give the last chance to all of our other contestants who couldn't present today. That would be Elisa, or Rupak, Ruben, or Rachel. If anyone is here wants to present, it would be your last chance if you want to present. So if you're not there, we'll be moving forward with our next level competition. Till now, I'm very impressed with all the participants, those who were taking part. You did really good job. Again, I would like to say again that it's not everyone is winner here. We just taking part in this speech competition is a big thing. So thank you. So we'll move to our last level competition of speech competition. That would be college level competition, and we just have two contestants for that one. It's Robin Rai and Esther Buddha. Robin Rai and Esther Buddha from Lubu and Dumbarai. So our contestant for college level, that they'll be speaking for 10 minutes maximum. They will have the time for 10 minutes maximum. And your topic is, how is belief linked to holistic well-being? So I think everyone here is going to speak in English, so I don't have to explain that in Nepali, I guess. So Robin Rai and Esther Buddha, they'll be talking about how is belief linked to holistic well-being. They will have 10 minutes each. So if you are here, I'll give time first with Robin Rai from Lubu. If you are here, just wait, let me just update my timer here. So Robin Rai.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so it's your time in 3, 2, 1.
What? All you think tobacco kills? Do you know the amount of people dying because of diabetes? Well, let me tell you. It's 3 times as many people die because of tobacco. Respected judges and all my dear friends, what if I pulled out a sneaker or a noodle? Will you give me the same stare as you did before? Obviously not, except my dad. His expression would be more than that. You know why? Because he knows wrong fooding habit, it kills more people than that of tobacco. I have recently studied the data by WHO dated on 13th April 2021. According to it, 41 million people in a year die because of non-communicable disease. That is 71% of the death in global is by non-communicable disease. And we all know they are the result of our lifestyle, our food, our environment, and lack of faith in love. 1 Corinthians 6 verse 19. Don't you know thy body is the temple of Holy Ghost? If our body is the temple of Holy Ghost, how to make it pure? The answer, holistic living. Then what is holistic living? Holistic living, this terminology is commonly used these days, but not understood completely and truly in full sense. It takes tremendous amount of balance to live what is holistic life. Holistic life essentially is about finding balance between multi-dimensional aspects that are correlated: spiritual, mental, physical, emotional, and relationship with God. Sleeping 8 hours a day, eating healthy food, exercising every day, limiting screens, that is not only holistic living. And if we observe the whole thing, the key here is balance. So how do we keep balance in our life? The only answer, belief or faith. And of course, by the blessing of Lord. So how do our faith or belief works? It's simple. When we are truly faithful to God, we have good relationship with God. When we have true good relationship with God, He will preserve our body, our soul, and our spirit. 1 Thessalonians 5 verse 23. The very God of peace sanctify you wholly. Your whole body, soul, and spirit be preserved blameless. My dear friends, I would like to share one of my dad's story. In short, how his belief made him holistic well-being. My dad had very serious health problem before. Doctor and science, they have no medication for him. He had to spend half of his time each year on bed. So you can imagine how his condition was. Also, he was an atheist. That's why he used to loathe Christians. There are a lot of reasons, and one is this. One day, his 2 Christian friends from different denominations came to visit him. Likewise, they started sharing the word of God, and he listened to them. After listening to them, finally it was his turn. He bombarded them with the Bible question because he used to read Bibles, not because of his faith, but for this situation, to defend them and to make them speechless. And he did many times to many Christians, he made them speechless. Even he has suggested many Christians to bring their pastor if they could not answer him? Dear friends, sorry to say, I might be wrong, but Nepalese Christian, most of them, they love to argue rather than prove with their life. So my dad, he knows this. That's why he started them asking questions regarding true denomination. Because he knows this topic will bring conflict between them. And obviously, it will excite them against each other. So, here they are. They started to show off their real nature. They started arguing with each other. They started fighting with each other orally. Later, eventually, my dad calmed both of them. And he suggested both of them, my dear friends, you two follow the same Lord, study the same Bible, even have same kind of faith, but you two have conflict within yourself. You fight with each other. So before talking about all these things, first have peace within yourself. Don't fight with each other. My dad, he was the same guy who excited against them each other at first, and later he calmed both of them. By the blessing of Lord, he found Adventist education. Later, he believed in Lord. Though he was conscious about health before, I think he was not living holistic life. But now he's living holistic life, and you can see the result. He's healthier comparatively, and he spends his time in nature. As we all know, Jesus Christ spent his time with nature because natural things, they are the medium for spiritual things. The beauty of nature brings us our soul away from sins and worldly attractions. It brings us towards peace and God. Most of the times, minds of students are occupied with men's theories and speculation, falsely called science and philosophy. So was mine. That's why this is the another reason we need to be brought close contact with nature, so we could learn that creation and Christianity that has only one God, especially Sabbath. It bids us behold the created works. The very holy rest day, above all other days, God has suggested us to study the masses that God has written in nature for us. When we spend time or come close to the nature, Jesus Christ makes his real presence to us and speaks to our heart about his peace and love. That's why holistic well-being, it not only helps to increase our faith or belief, it also helps to maintain peace and love. Also, Jesus Christ has linked his teaching not with the day of rest, but the week of 12. So in every line of useful labor, he desires us to find a lesson of divine truth. So it will continually remind us about our creation and the Redeemer. We can see a lot of characters and examples in Bibles. For instance, Daniel, Abraham, Job, they all lived holistic life or holistic well-being. And it only happened because of their faith. Even Jesus Christ has lived holistic life and is the perfect example in this whole world. So we need to live like him. To sum up, belief and holistic well-being, they are counterpart of each other. When we have faith or belief in love, we live holistic life. When we live holistic life, it will increase our faith. That's why belief is directly linked to holistic well-being. Thank you, all of you. That's my time.
Thank you, Brother Robin, for your wonderful presentation about how to live a holistic lifestyle. So right now, we're going to move for our last contestant for our speech competition. That's Esther Buddha. Esther Buddha, if you are here, it's your time. Is Esther here? Esther, can I hear you? Or anyone from the college level? I didn't get your name right here. If not, a college level competition, all this our speech competition. If there's Esther, I would like to give the last chance for her to present her speech about how is belief linked to holistic well-being. Okay, I see. I don't see Esther here, Esther Buddha, or any other contestant from college level. Do I missed anyone from college level competition? Do I missed? You can write me on the chat box, or you can come in front right now and speak about your speak up in this topic. It's your chance. If not, then I would like to say that this is the end of all the contestant end of our speech competition. Thank you and congratulations for all the participants who took part in today's and yesterday's speech competition. You all did really good, and I'm really proud of everyone who took part of that one. And I'm really, all the youths who took part on this one they were really spectacular, and they did really good job. Thank you everyone. And before we move forward, I would like to give some indications about tomorrow's program. Tomorrow's program, we have quiz contest till class 8. And please remember that we'll be playing that on Kahoot. And it's important to be on time because everyone will be starting at the same time. So if you come later on and join later on, you'll be missing points. So be right at time, 5 o'clock sharp, or even our Zoom will start 15 minutes ahead. You can join even ahead of time and be ready for that one. Please, it's very important to be on time tomorrow for our quiz competition from level 1 till grade 8, 1 to 8. And please remember that you need to have an extra cell phone to answer that. So I would like to thank all of our judges panel who were listening all of our contestants very carefully, and they were all giving all the points and everything. I hope judging is not easy here because everyone were doing really good. At least for me, like they were speaking really good, and choosing best out of best is sometimes really hard as well. But I would like to thank all of our judges panel and everything as well. So this time I would like to give this time for our Pastor Umesh to take over for the program. Pastor Umesh.
Thank you, Vinod, for excellent job. And you have already said, nothing to add. Once again, I'd like to thank all the participants, those who took part in this speech contest. All of you have done excellent job. You did your best. And I'd like to thank our judges, especially they're working very hard. And I hope that our judges have sent their evaluation sheet to our chief judge, Elder William, yesterday. You have received today's evaluation sheet. They will send you maybe this evening or tomorrow morning according to their convenience. And sir, you can take your time tomorrow. Okay. And you calculate, and you can send me report day after tomorrow with your signed copy in scanning, because we want to be fair. Okay, we have nothing in our hand. No. And let all the participants, they should know that, and we want to be fair. And tomorrow we have our quiz contest that will be done by the coordinator is doing that. And we will require your help, sir. Our judges will require your help for poster contest. That will be after 2 days. I will communicate with you all. It will be, we will see how it will go, but we need your help, sir, one day. And once again, I'd like to thank all of you. And Elder William Marks, sir, do you have to say anything? Would you like to say anything?
Okay. Yes, this has been a treat to be involved in this, to see all the preparation, and I think it's gone pretty well. Yes, sometimes there were some internet, connections that weren't so good, but most of those students were able to get back on. So really, it was job well done. I think this might have been the first time, so if there's future times, it might even go better. But I guess the different judges, I know at least 2 turned in their first day results. So they would have my email, or they can get it through you then. So just to make sure.
So they have their, I have given your email to them.
Okay. All right.
They should send directly to you, not me.
Then I'll look for it. I'll look for it. And then I'll be in touch with you. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay, before we close, I would like to request Elder Samuel Shah, sir. Are you there? Elder Samuel Shah, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm here.
Sir, would you like to offer the closing prayer?
Yes, sir. Sure. I will.